Hey y'all, hey, it's Joyce again with Elite Expressions. And today we are going to make a personalized nightlight. I have a new goddaughter. Her name is Kimura. She's a little over 9 months. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. I kind of started a couple times and stopped, but I'm going to, finally see it through because I would like to actually give her something from me. I like to give handmade gifts. So, what I have planned is, and I don't know how it's going to work, so bear with me. So, this is her name. And what's going to happen is this is actually a mold. And what it is a keyboard rest for your wrists. So I figured that this will make a good base to do it on because I didn't want to buy any of those wooden bases with the USB cord. And because her name is kind of long and I wanted more substantial, thicker letters, I figured that this would be the way to go. So it's approximately 14 inches. And, well, let's see. I just happen to have a tape measure right here. So the inside goes up to, it's just about 13 3/4 inches. The inside will be approximately, well, the depth of the base would be just a little over a 1/2 inch, between a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. So I'm excited about that. And the letters actually will fit on there. So when it's cured, the letters will fit across the top. The lights will be in the base and it'll light upwards. So what I have planned is I'm going to put down some clear resin. Let me stop my timer. I was degassing. I don't want that to go off. I have these clear rocks, okay? And what I'm going to do is put those in face down, okay? Here's the thing. We all know that clear stuff in resin kind of disappears. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just line them in there and put the lights in between them. And then from there, I have, let me not put that there, it may fall off. I have this piece of iridescent vinyl, okay? So then I'm going to, once the rocks are down and the lights are going through, I'm going to lay this down, all right? The reason why I'm doing that is because, one, even though you probably won't be able to see the rocks, I'm hoping that it'll give it like kind of a dewdrop effect with just like the light refraction. And hopefully the silver in the back will mask the wire for the fairy lights. So I'm hoping that it works. I usually love these little, I call them river rocks, or like the rocks that go inside of a fish tank. I pre-cleaned each of them with alcohol wipes because I did do something once and sometimes they're a little dusty and I didn't do that, so it kicked up a little film inside of it. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna pour out a little resin, give it one quick stir, and a spritz of alcohol. I've mixed up about 11 ounces at this point. What I want to do with the letters, I kind of wanted to do those in 3 steps, but I wanted to do flowers at the bottom, like white flowers, and then a layer of just clear with gold flakes, and then the back of it white. Oh yeah, also too, after I lay this in there, I am going to put a layer of white behind it. And then for the battery pack, before I pour the white, I'm going to put this in so that the resin goes around it and the battery pack can fit inside of there and hopefully be hidden. I'm probably going to forget this. I guess there's no way for y'all to remind me. Yeah, so let's pray on that because I'm kind of forgetful, all right? Alzheimer's might be setting in early. Who knows? All right. I personally am not going to worry about time with this video. This is something I have dreamt of doing for a dreamed. I don't think dreamt is a word. Dreamed of doing for a long time. So let's get started. So I'm just going to pour this in. Uh-oh. Wait a minute now. There's stuff in my mold. So I cleaned everything before, but I'm seeing little pieces of glitter. So I'm going to stop you and I'll be right back. Okay, let's get started. Pouring in all of this. Well, not all of it, just enough to coat the bottom. Also, the bottom of this is kind of slanted because, like I said, it is a wrist rest for a computer. So it does slant. I think it kind of curves upward this way. So I'm hoping that I can just get it covered enough where all that, okay, I can put the rocks in and then at least cover over the back of those. All right. So now let me start putting the rocks in. And I'm going to make you watch some of that because I may need to pour some of that clear into the letters. I'm hoping that it doesn't kick up too many bubbles. I was going to do them random, but I am going to try to line them up. I think I do have enough resin in there, so it shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if I'm going to go up the ramp. Let me scooch this one over because I think 3 rows is probably enough because if I put it up this way, it'll slide down this little ramp. So I want to intertwine the lights going like this. I tried to preform it, so I wouldn't have so many problems getting it in. So let's just see. I wish that I was able to interact, because then we could talk about another fun project to do. But one day, when I get to go live, hopefully we can do that. Uh-oh. He flipped. Flip over there. Yeah, you did it. Okay. And see, the rocks are already really starting to disappear. I'm just hoping to have a background behind them and just to make some texture in there. I don't want to put any flakes or glitter or anything in because I don't want it to take away from the iridescent vinyl that I chose. And also, if this is your first time watching, I would really hope that you would subscribe and maybe give me a thumbs up so I can feel a little loved, and leave me a comment. I do work a full-time job, so I won't always be able to respond right away, but believe me, I will respond. And feedback is always welcome. You know, you love it, you hate it, or something that I could do different. You know, everybody learns. And that is what I am still doing, because the road to resin is not always paved in gold. see how this is going. And my table is level. I don't have an actual leveler. What I use is my cell phone. In the iPhone, they have an app called Measure, and you can use it to measure items, and you can also use it as a level. So that is what I use. All right, we're not going to crowd them so that some of the silver will show through. Okay. Okay, great. Didn't use as many as I thought that I would. Now, here are... No! No! No, no, no. They came unhinged. Why? Okay. I definitely won't put you through this entire process, but I am going to lay them in like this. And hopefully this will work. At least that's what my head says. Now, sometimes what my head says is not actually what happens. Get in there. Okay, I'm just gonna have to get a little messy. I didn't want to touch it, but it's looking like that's what's gonna have to be done. All right. Let me pause you guys. I'm gonna work with the lights and I'll be right back. Okay, so I had to switch gears because I didn't want to lose this good resin. I need to start at least filling the letters. So all I've added are some silver flakes. I'm gonna try to get these stirred up and at least start the first layer on some of these resins. So the lights aren't doing exactly what I thought that they would do. Y'all know how resin can give us false hope. I think what I'm going to do, I'm gonna just scrap these lights and put them in something else. But I think what I'm gonna do is take these lights out and then adhere them to that silver backing that I said that I was gonna use. And then that way, when this cures, I can just lay it in there and pour the next level of resin on top. I think that that's going to be the way that I'm going to have to go because it's not working the way that I want it. You can see it. I mean, long as they stay in there, at least they're anchored down in some places, it'll be okay. But I just don't like the configuration. And I haven't turned them on yet to see how the lights look in that pattern, but yeah, it's not for me. So I'm gonna have to go with plan B. So let me start pouring some of these. And then, oh, maybe I'll do it up there. I don't think I have enough to start all of them, but at least some. Okay, go in. Can you see? I don't want to fill these all the way up. I'm real good at filling all the way to the top. I just want about half or a little less than half. Hopefully my resin is thick enough where they won't just sink to the bottom. There will be some type of 3D effect. But you know, time will tell. And then I want the back to be all, it's a big clump. We'll take that out of there. Put you back in there. I want the back to be white, like a white iridescent. Just so that when the light shines up on it, the letters have a little bit more definition. At least that's what my mind is saying that will happen. But this is a whole process that we're going to figure out together. I'm about sick of that little clump that keeps falling in everything. I got new flakes and they just don't seem to break up as well. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Let me get this one clump out. I don't like it. Don't like your clump. I don't know why I keep putting it back in the main one. Okay. Oh boy, this is gonna be a bigger undertaking than I initially thought, but c'est la vie. Okay. So now, I guess I can just kind of pour a little bit more in each one and use this up. Because I didn't prepare any other mold. Oh boy, the light has gone out. All right, well, let me recharge my light. And once I do that, we'll come back and do some more. All right, bye. Okay, so just wanted to pop back in. I aborted the other lights where I was trying to coil them into the rocks and into the base of the nightlight. So what I did was I UV resin these lights down to a the vinyl background that I'm going to use, and now I'm going to place it this side down in the resin while the resin is still gooey so that it will adhere really well, so that when I pour the top coat of white, which will be the bottom, no resin hopefully will get under it. So just want to show you how I did that. And all right, see you the next time I can come and do the next pour. All right, bye. Hey, it's demolding day. So here's the base for the nightlight, and these are the letters. Whew, I am really excited to see what they look like. So I did skip a step with you guys. I did go ahead and pour the white background on. Sorry I didn't include you, but in order to make the white, I used Bombay India ink by Dr. P.H. Martins. I used some type of pearl mica powder. It came in a set. I got this when I first started resining. And I also used less resin, mica powder, interference silver. So I mixed the three of those together and everything seems cured and ready to go. So let's start with the base. Oh boy, I'm kind of excited because I want to see how it turned out with the silver under it. Wow. Let me loosen all the edges. I do have some over pour. And are you ready? Come off. Yay. Okay. So here's the base. turn the light on. Woo! Okay, so the silver didn't hide the wires like I had anticipated, and you can't see the glass balls at all, so that's something that I can leave out. I do want to show you something. I may try to insert a picture maybe at the end of the video of a phone stand I did do with some of the glass stones. So here I can see where the white seeped under a little bit because the clear resin didn't make it all the way to the end. It kind of pulled back some. So here's a picture from the side. I do think that this mold might kind of be a little uneven. I'm not sure. So there we go. That's one part down. Now let's go for an easier letter. This one was only made with the white background and silver flakes in the front. Hopefully it coordinates good enough. It's okay. What I really should have done was cut out the iridescent vinyl in the shapes of the letters. And I think what I may do is trace some of these letters out now that they're cured so that I can place an insert on the inside so that they will actually really match the base. And these letters are difficult to demold. Okay. So, okay, I will lay them down so you can see them. I am going to make another one. I think I'm going to use brighter colors. This was just kind of a test one. I mean, she's going to get all of them that I make with her name on it. It works. It's functional. But, you know, didn't turn out exactly how I wanted. But it's still fairly cute. Or what I'll do is just make another base with the silver flakes and white so that it's the same. Or either I'll make some letters with the iridescent in them because I really kind of like that effect more than the silver flakes. Okay. Flip over. And all the products used in this video will be listed in the description box. So if you want to make this, you can. It'll take you directly to Amazon because I think almost everything I used here was on Amazon. It'll take you directly to the link and you can purchase. And also too, there was a part I was gonna put a square in for the battery pack at the bottom, but I decided to leave it out because the battery pack wasn't gonna fit in there all that great, so it didn't make sense for me to put it in. So here we go. They all have a little overage on them. So now what I will have to do is attach these letters in this configuration. Just have to center it. And then when you light it up, let's see if I can tilt it back just a skosh. And when you light it up, oh, lit up, it looks okay. in person. On camera, not so great. Because when you light it up in person, the background down here really becomes silver. You don't see the iridescence. But for a first time try, and now I know what I can do differently in terms of colors and things like that. So I don't think it was an epic fail, but I do wish the base and the letters matched a little bit more. Now, another thing that I was toying with was laying the letters flat on here, and then you can stand it up, and it will also have an effect. Let's see if I can try it with the mold so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And this thing is heavy because of the glass stones that are in it. So the next way that I want to do this is by having the mold and then insetting the letters in. So I would make the letters, pour the mold halfway up, put the letters in so that they're inside of the resin, pour the base part of the mold halfway, put the lights in, then inset the letters so the lights are behind it, and then it can do a free form stand like this, you know, because this side of the base is completely flat. So that is something that we'll do upcoming. And her name just fits so perfectly in here. I think that will be the muse that I use. So that is going to be the next way that I'm going to do this. So that we don't have to do attaching. It's still a nightlight, and it will be one piece without any type of room for a letter coming off or anything like that. So that's where we're at. I am going to attach the letters and take a couple of pictures. I'm going to use UV resin and a light. And the UV light to attach. This is UV resin hard. I get it from Amazon as well as this. I can't fit it inside the little light where, you know, that you use for your nails because it's so big. So let me go ahead, attach some letters, and I'll be back momentarily. Okay, so here's the nightlight put together. So there's some things that I learned. I don't love this as much as I thought that I would, and that's more so because of my choice of colors and inclusions. All right. I do, however, love the idea. I like the substantialness of the letters because they're about the same thickness as the base. So I do like the concept. I do like the idea, and I will be doing this again. However, I will in the future use, I guess, different color choices and or maybe choices with more contrast. And I still have a couple of ideas for how I can make this a nightlight with this mold and the letters. So we'll just have to stay tuned and follow me as I do that. Also, because this base is curved, like it slants downward, I have to make sure that all the resin reaches the end. And when I went back and looked at the initial video that I did, the resin had already, it never really reached and had pulled back some. So that's something that I have to pay close attention to, or either fill it up just a little bit more so that whatever backing color I use may not just be as thick. I like the lights in it. I like it. I think it could be a great idea. However, I didn't anticipate that the base would not go with the actual silver flakes as much as they did. So that is my conclusion. I still like it. I love my God, baby, but I'm not as in love with it as I thought that I would. And I had a couple false starts, so I did kind of cut more corners than I anticipated in the beginning. But that's all right, because nothing beats a fail but a try. So we are going to definitely try this again because I really do like the idea, and we're going to try it until we get it right. So at this point, I would really hope that you would subscribe to me and go along with me on this resin journey. So subscribe. If you like, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I don't care. It's okay. And leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys for watching. Have a great one. Bye.